Well, I started thinking about it before crafting the assignments themselves. I have some discussion on my syllabus on academic integrity in general. I tried to frame academic integrity not as an issue of trying to catch cheaters, trying to think that students are out there to cheat, but sort of think about what are the proper practices that guide the sort of collective enterprise we're engaged in. And I try to talk about the importance of the fact that all of our work is collaborative, and so why not acknowledge that students should think about collaborating, including their assignments, and then going from there, starting to think about how to frame the assignment so that some kinds of collaboration is not only okay but commendable, and then what kinds of, given that collaboration either with real people or resources, what rules guide that. So we should signal the importance of collaborative work and then thinking about, okay, what are the rules of the game? What makes this game possible? They are, again, giving credit where credit's due, being transparent and open. I have explicit guidelines on how you cite your materials, what you don't need to cite, the basic stuff, but it's again framed as don't cheat, you bad person. It's more like this will help us understand where the credit is due. If I, as a interlocutor, am curious about your claims, I can check them up. So that's how I frame all those rules. Like, this is why you need to cite this. Most of the cheaters that we catch, they panic the night before and they do stupid things. They don't think about what to do. So to prevent those opportunities, or at least limit them, I try to make it very hard for them to find direct sources on the internet or papers to buy. So I rotate my assignments pretty frequently, or I might tinker with them. And then even when I teach canonical stuff, so for example when I teach Plato, I try to think about a contemporary connection. A couple of years ago there was that congressman who yelled at Obama, "You lie," and I framed a paper topic on Plato's Apology, which is about Socrates' trial, around what would Socrates say to this guy. And so of course it's not uncheatable. I always meet weekly with all my GSIs in one topic every week, especially when we have assignments either in the field being worked on or recently graded. We look at literally the class roster and we rank the students not for the purposes of ranking other than identifying the weakest students, and we go through pretty much everybody. So we look at all the students who did poorly on a paper, for example, and we talk about everybody individually and say what's going on here. And the point is not to say, okay, why is this person so awful, but what the issues are. And in addition to that, so I mentioned that I made more and more explicit rubrics lately, and so now I also have my GSIs grade with a rubric. So there are multiple dimensions for a paper, and so then when they grade on that, it becomes sort of almost technically very easy for me to identify, like, look, all these students seem to have issues with structure or topic sentences or citation styles or